you. Thanks very much. Can I use this mic here? All right, that's okay. It's great. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. It's great here. I've got to tell you, this is amazing, because I think we should give it up to the Americans and everyone who've come, because I've never been to a show before where there's been so many Americans with Iranians and they're not hostages. So I think we should give them a round of applause for that. That's for my American friend at the front. Here we go. Oh, there you go. Thanks very much. Thank you. Give it up for this guy here, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for this guy. So, no, I have to say, it's a pleasure to be here. I was really excited when they said, oh, you know, doing the award thing and all this coming down here. I was a little bit nervous, though, when they did tell me where the venue was. They said, oh, we're meeting at the Sheraton Skyline Hotel, which, with 100 Iranians in a room, which is what, I don't know, less than half a mile from Europe's biggest airport. I was thinking, you know, you could probably pick a venue somewhere a bit better in these times, you know, because there's probably the Met Police outside listening at the moment going, have they mentioned where Bin Laden is yet? And nobody is. Oh, these lads are fantastic. Well done. How are you doing? You all right? I feel like Britney Spears. You carry on taking pictures. There you go. You all right? Great. Look at that. It's fantastic. You all right? Do you want to take a picture with me with everyone? Would you like to do that? Okay, yeah, you carry on. So, it's great. This is amazing. I've done about 6,000 shows in my time and stuff, and I've never done a gig in such an environment. This is fantastic, with so many moustaches. And, geez, I tell you what, this could be like the British Museum, this. We could go, look at that moustache there, Jesus. How old is that one? I've got a ferret as old as that. Look at it. You'll have to eat twice as much, because your moustache will probably want half the food. Look at that. You can laugh at that, please relax, I know him. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So I was born in Avaz, in west of Iran, to an Iranian mother and an Irish father, and we grew up in Teesside in England, which was quite a lot to find out on the Jerry Springer show. Don't think I'm going back on that again. And this is the thing, when people find out, they always find out, oh, your mum's Iranian and your dad's Irish, and they go, God, you must love travelling the world. And to be honest, you probably guessed we spent most of our family holidays in customs. And this is the And do you know what the amazing thing is? When you travel around so much now, people do mistakes. I mean, particularly Persians, you've got that sort of look on you. You could look a bit, because I had loads of Persian uncles, and they always try that thing, you know. It's weird, because when you're chatting to business people, you're Persian, Iranian. But when you're chatting to women, I'm Italiano, how you doing? You know what I mean? And they would probably laugh a bit more, but they're here with their wives, so they can't relax. You know who you are. Now, this is the thing. And it's weird, because when I grew up, sort of thing, I've got that sort of look where people weren't too sure what your sort of background was. Because, to be honest, I was the only kid in my primary school to have a moustache. Well, except for my sister. And I'll just let that settle for a bit. All right, mate, no offence. All right, look, he's legging it. He just realised he's going to bring his sister. Quick, have a shave. And this is the thing, though, but... and it was great, though, because you grew up with that. And I actually started off doing stand-up comedy at a very early age, and it was fantastic doing it because I had such a background. I started off on the Irish-Iranian Geordie English circuit, which was amazing because there was only 3 comics at the time. There was me, my brother, and my sister. And one of my favourite jokes, I'll tell you, this is one of my first favourite jokes, fella. I was about 7 years old. This was my first joke I ever did, was, what's the difference between an Irish Republican and an Islamic extremist? Right? Answer, one's my mum, the other's my dad. Now, tell you what, yeah. Honestly, yeah, thanks for... clap, come on, you bugger. Look at that. I'm glad you clapped at that, because I did that at the mosque last week, took the roof off. And this thing... But this thing, and it's great, honestly. No, my mum is actually, she's Kildani, and there's Kildanis in Rennie's Kildani and stuff. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kildani. Mostly Persians know a bit about the Kildani. But my dad's side, he's Catholic. Now, my dad, they didn't know anything about Kildanis, you know. They were cool with it. Apart from my uncle Danny, he was panicking. You know what I mean? He didn't have a clue what was happening with it. And basically, the Kildani religion is quite good. We grew up with that multi-faith religion. We sort of grew up as a Catholic Kildani. So I would get to do Christmas, Easter, Ramadan, Eid, New Year. It was fantastic. I was having 291 days off school a year. It was, I was going for about 3 weeks. Half of them were teacher training days. And what we would do in our house, because obviously the Irish would come and the Iranians would come, and now technically for Christmas, all the Irish would do Christmas, so we put them all in one room. They would have their Christmas, they'd have their drinks and their food, and the Iranians, particularly on the Islamic side, they would all do Ramadan, which was fasting. Now for us it was brilliant, because I'd go in the Irish room with the guys drinking, eating. This is fantastic, this is brilliant. When I get full, I'd just nip into the room here with the Iranians and just rest and, you know, sleeping. They thought I was meditating and praying. I was just like, and then I'd nip back in. It was fantastic. And the Irish would go, "There's your presents, Patrick." I'd say, "Thanks very much." And they go, "Have you got any presents for us?" I'd say, "I'm sorry, I'm a Muslim this year. See you later. I'll be back in here." Honestly, it was brilliant. And also the other thing we'd have to grow up with is bilingual. We'd be multilingual as well as by faith. Now, this is the hardest thing ever, honestly, right now. I didn't realise how bad my Farsi was until I started chatting to you guys who speak Iranian properly. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Because I was taught Farsi at an early age from Farsi Hafizani. Bale bale bala. Look, see, that's amazing. That's brilliant. Khili khub Hafizani. Mana ma khub walai. Ya sabeta wale. Yalla. Sorry, I learnt it off me grand. Now, this thing. Just for anyone who doesn't speak Iranian in the room for the Americans and stuff, he said you've got 3 minutes, get out. So, I'm joking, I'm teasing. We speak Farsi, and you're very good at their Farsi. Like, now, we would learn it from our relatives, and our mum speaks it. Now, this is the thing, right? It's the easiest, it's an easy language to speak. It's a very nice language, but difficult to understand because it's very fast, but it's very expressive, isn't it, with the hands. If you don't speak Farsi, you can learn it dead easy. Irish, when they talk fast. Twice as fast as Persians, because what they do is their lips don't move, it's just the eyebrows. They go, "Right there, Patrick, what have you been up to today? You been alright? I tell you what, I was with Michael the other day and we took him down to the shops. So what have you been, what's he on about? What's he saying? And one of our uncles, he used to wear sunglasses. He was like a mute. He'd be like, right there, Patrick, you alright?" So, ladies and gentlemen, so it's been a pleasure. We'll come up here and tell you some other bits and pieces later on in the show. We'll have a bit of a laugh. But I'll tell you this, one quick thing before I go, though. I tell you, my granddad used to always tell me, it's a famous Persian quote, I don't know if you know this. And when we were kids, he told us this when we were growing up. And he said, and I was growing up in Middlesbrough, and he would say to me, he'd say, "Patrick, it is better to be content there within than to only get of peacocks and be kicked in the eye by a broody camel." Now, that's something amazing to tell you, but when you're growing up in Middlesbrough, right, in England, you know what I mean, there's no camels anywhere, you know what I mean? We're looking at this, we're more worried about old blokes with chocolate and puppies in a van, you know what I mean, like this. And my nan, and I'll never forget meeting my nan for the first time, honestly, I'll never forget the Iranian nan. She was 7 years old, there I was, sat in the kitchen, reading the Quran, having a bacon sandwich and a cold Guinness, and my nan walked in, I'll never forget the look on her face, she was like that, just, you know, you couldn't believe, just the eyes were blinking. So, so ladies and gentlemen, so hopefully later on we'll have a bit of a sing and a dance and stuff. It'd be amazing. I don't know if you've ever, has anyone ever done Persian dancing? Because that was fantastic, the Persian dancing, but with a bit of river dance. Have you ever done that? Honestly, if you have 17 shots of whiskey, we'll do it later on. It'd be fantastic. And this guy here is going to do some break dancing with his moustache. Honestly, that is what I love about Iranians. Their feet do one thing, the moustache goes like that. Be amazing. Thanks very much for listening. I'll hopefully chat later.